Hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Friday, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. And I know what you're thinking, this is about 3 hours earlier than you normally do at glennzb. You're probably not even thinking that because you're probably not watching because you're expecting it to be on 3 hours later. But then if you went to look for it, you'd see that I'd already done it and then you could be watching it anyway. It's confusing, the time dilation involved in the internet, isn't it? Anyway, for complicated reasons I can't go into, it's early today. And maybe for complicated reasons, because of the time dilation due to the internet, I'm turning invisible. Because yesterday, we've got lots of automatic doors. Well, they're not automatic in the NZME building here. You've got to swipe a card to get in them, and then you push a button to get out of them. But if they're just closing, you can usually just stand in between them and they won't close, or wave your arm maybe. So I did this yesterday because somebody had just come through, and I thought, I'll save myself a button push, because they all add up, don't they? At the end of your life, if you add up all the button pushes that you've saved, I'm not quite sure what that'll add up to, but it's got to be good. Anyway, I waved my arm in the door, and that's worked for me before, but not so much yesterday, and the door just closed. So I was standing there with my arm stuck in the glass doors, and I said to a lady walking past, this is a complicated situation, unexpected. And she just laughed and kept on walking. And I thought she might have just pushed the button, which I could now no longer reach, because they're quite big doors and the button's over on the wall. So maybe I'm turning invisible, don't know. I've got a few power name suggestions now that we're looking at NZME becoming a power couple with Fairfax. So you got NZME and you got Fairfax trying to create like a Brangelina situation. So obviously there's some obvious ones, NZ Fax, but that sounds a bit last century, doesn't it? The fax on the end. So we'll go the other. If we could go the other way, fear me. But yeah, that's not working for me either. That sounds like some kind of eco cleaning product. So I'll go with me to the max, but then I always do. Just ignore him. He'll go away. Usually does. From the places that don't sound real file, a company founded by kin.com has been given just weeks to act on an order to hand over information to the Republic of Kazakhstan. Do you think Kazakhstan is I mean, wasn't that just a movie with Borat in it? I know we seem to lose a lot of Davis Cup competitions to Kazakhstan as well, but that's never led me to believe that it's still a real place. I'd never put it past our tennis players to lose to a pretend place. It's like places like, Morocco and Timbuktu. Supposedly they exist, but you don't really think that they do they? And finally, shh. A city missioner says Christchurch's library users shouldn't judge a book by its cover when it comes to some patrons. Because apparently, it's always Christchurch, isn't it, this sort of stuff? People seem like there's not so much an atmosphere of tolerance in Christchurch sometimes. The libraries are being used as halfway homes by the homeless, drunk and abusive people. Now, I do worry about libraries and drunk and abusive people. It's the return slot that really worries me with the library. I've heard bad things about return slots, and the reason that they're at a certain height is to avoid people returning things into the slot that aren't just books and DVDs and CDs. Do you know what I mean? Like people making a deposit. I think we should stop this episode because it's gone into a yucky place. Are they being noisy, those abusive, drunk people? I suppose if they're being abusive, they might be being noisy. Can you be quietly abusive, please? That's what I try to do every day. Thanks for having me up your Periscope early. I am Glenn ZB. We'll see you back here on Monday.